further up. Back into the picture.
Our points leader Sterling Marlin has flirted with the top 5, but he presently finds himself back in 22nd place.
Now he came on pit road on that last caution, so he's restarted way back.
And with only 12 laps on his tires, you have to believe he just was not very happy with the way his car is driving. I need to correct myself on Terry Labonte. He's still hunting his first top 5 because he actually finished 6th at Martinsville about a month ago. Well, meanwhile, that 28 car, he's done pulled out to a little over a 2-second lead. And Matt Kenseth has got back by Ward Burton, still trying to get that lap back.
And I don't know if they fixed the 55 car or fixed the 55 driver, but whatever it is, he's a lot better, and he's hanging around the front here and maybe try to get back on the lead lap. Oh, trouble down here, man.
Hard. Frank Kimmel in the wall.
Frank Kimmel just took off like something happened to the right front.
Caution is out.
Yep, 7th time in this race, lap 215. The right front destroyed.
I think he must have cut a tire down, because that thing, I looked up and he was headed for the fence at a high rate of speed.
This is one of those borderline calls. The leaders have 29 laps on their tires. They may be coming to pit road, Darrell.
Let's see, we're 215 laps.
You could do it on one stop from here if you had to.
I think I'd come.
And I believe they are coming.
Here they come.
Giving up track position. Here come Rudd, Ward Burton, Spencer, Jeff Green, Ryan Newman.
Everybody on the lead lap.
Man. Oh, boy, Kimmel's car really took a hard lick. It's like a shot up that hill.
Saw one like that here. Well, here's Dick Berger.
Well, Jimmy Spencer has slid into his pit area and aligned the car absolutely perfectly for his crew. 4 tires. Steve Burns.
4 tires for Jeff Green. He says he's tight from the center off, so they just made a wedge adjustment. Left side tires going on to Matt Yoakum.
The 28 of Ricky Rudd, the leader, is in. 4 tire change, no chassis adjustments. It's going to be a big race off pit road. The 41 is going to beat the 28. Ward Burton came in. His car was a little tight. He came in because the 28 did.
Remember a race here on the old half-mile Fairground Speedway that preceded this 3/4 mile? When Neil Bonnet was your teammate, Darrell, and he had one cut down in turn 2. It was guardrail then, not concrete, and he just shot into that guardrail like an arrow and stuck there. But the way he rocketed off that corner looked just like Frank Kimmel did a minute ago.
Yeah, the only thing that was left, the bumper, rear bumper, was sticking out of the guardrail because the rest of it went through.
Hard lick when you figure it's a 3/4 mile racetrack.
Frank Kimmel, though, walks away. Welcome back to Richmond, where under this caution period, Dave Blaney and Ken Schrader did not come to pit road, and therefore they are the leaders. But how about Jimmy Spencer winning the race off pit road?
Those guys got the job done, but just remember, Dave Blaney, great run last week at Fontana, and Ken Schrader, the reason they didn't pit, they pitted the last caution flag, and who the real guy sitting in the catbird seat will be Matt Kenseth. He's on the tail end of the lead lap now, on the verge of making both those laps up after the problems earlier.
Track position. Matt Yoakum.
And Mike, Ricky, Craven, what a big move for this team last night at the red flag. They started 10th. They were 38th at the red flag. And your driver came on and said, "You really bailed me out." What did he mean by that?
Well, we had a long night last night. Roy, McCauley, and myself, we worked about all night trying to figure out what we was going to do. And we probably got to sleep about 3 o'clock this morning. And it's worked out really well. You know, everybody's doing a great job. Ricky, he's really doing a great job. And we'll see what happens here. He's really happy with it right now.
The car would not cut. They unhooked the rear sway bar, put in 3 spring rubbers in the right rear, and we're back to green.
Craven will restart 13th. Now there are several cars out ahead of race leader Dave Blaney. They are Matt Kenseth, Bobby Hamilton, and Brett Bodine trying to get a lap back from the leader. 77, the yellow car right there. Dave Blaney's our leader.
Blaney's kind of liking this leading races, you know. It gets addictive. He was out front last week. Had a shot at winning up there in California, and here he is today, boys. Looking pretty good.
Darrell, you said a couple of weeks ago he was having a little crisis of confidence.
Yeah, he was. I talked to him at Talladega, and he said, man, I don't know. You know, I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's a car.
Again, Mike, you mentioned it just a second ago when we came back from break. Jimmy Spencer, look at the pit stop on these guys. But this is what these guys are doing, 14.8. That's the reason it's deceiving. Yeah, he came in third, but he actually went out first. But look at his total time on pit road versus these others. I mean, everybody else, these three guys are close, but look at Spencer right there, and that's the difference. I'm telling you, when it's so hard to pass, you can win races on pit road with what you do right there, what your crew does for you.
Jimmy Spencer right now is second to Blaney. He's passed Kenny Schrader. Dick Berggren?
Well, Larry Mack was talking about how good Spencer's pit stop was. Let me tell you what, when he got to the end of pit road, realized where he was sequentially, he let out a war whoop, a big yahoo! And the crew is so pumped up that they are asking to have him pit often. They are just all fired up here in Spencer's pit. They think they got a shot to win the race. Rusty, with trouble, slowing down on the speedway.
Yeah, he
Rusty got a right rear down. Right rear tire flat.
Kurt Busch got into the back of him, and fortunately there was no damage, just
a bit of contact
after that happened.
He slides right up in front of him because he got a right rear tire down, and he's lucky he didn't get turned around right there. He's trying to get the pit road, and here we go.
Casey Atwood gets into Jeff Burton, and 5 cars are going to pile up.
Jerry Nadeau.
That's all because Rusty had nowhere to go. He just couldn't get down into the end of the pit lane. That 29 car's laid up against the fence hard.
Now, Matt Kenseth, he'll get his lap back. Bobby Hamilton in the 55, he's going to get one of his 2 back.
Bunch of guys are trying.
Spencer, he'll lead the race here at the caution flag.
Kevin Harvick, Stacy Compton, Jerry Nadeau are the victims of that pileup at turn 3.
And that was because Rusty could not get it. He was trying to get down out of the way. He's got a flat right rear tire. Everybody bottlenecked up behind him and caused the crash.
And Ward Burton in the 22 car, he's in the garage area. Went straight to the garage area, but in the middle of 3 and 4, he didn't even come to pit road.
The pole sitter and the best car here for most of this race has parked it.
I see no damage.
Well, let's see what happened to bring out this 8th caution flag. Watch the 2 car of Wallace.
Just trying to get down into, trying to go. There's an opening right there. He thinks he can get down right there, but Jeff Burton didn't know. I don't think he knew that what was going on with Rusty. He was going to dive to the inside, and here comes the 7 car. They collided, and the rest is history.
And I tell you, you see that 29 car up there, that's the one that's really tore up.
Yeah.
That was back up off turn 2.
Yeah, I was trying to tell.
He's got his arm out.
Yeah, I don't know what Jeff Burton was thinking about. He gets into him off of 2. Rusty's got his hand out. Maybe Jeff thought he was shaking his fist at him and was going to dive in under him there.
And Casey Atwood came flying in there on the low side. Right there.
Yeah, he had a run. He doesn't know what's going on. 4 car just squeezes through. This is down the front straightaway here, going down into turn 1. This is when Rusty first knows he's got a problem. Car takes off up the hill. Burton gets a run on him, and they bang together. Now, my thought is that Jeff Burton thinks Rusty's trying to block him maybe as they go down into this turn. He doesn't realize that Rusty has a flat tire.
From Kevin Harvick, who was swept up in all this, and he is okay. Back of his teammate, Robbie Gordon.
Teammate, that messes the front of the car up. Gets a run down the back. Here comes the 99. The force jerks him into the outside wall, and that was a hard lick.
Kevin Harvick's okay. The guys I feel for, and it's because I worked there for 4 years, the Fab Shop at RCR. This is 3 weeks in a row. This car is wrecked at Talladega 2 weeks ago. 4 out of 5 cars was tore up for Richard Childress Racing.
Kevin Harvick's all right. Here's Matt.
Well, Mike, this is the right rear tire that came off Rusty Wallace's Ford. You can see an inch or so cut, and that's the reason That's what cut down this tire, but you can see that the inner liner did keep that tire out. Mike?
230 laps. We're past halfway, but 170 to go. 6 cars involved. Jeff Burton, Casey Atwood, Stacy Compton, Jerry Nadeau, Mike Skinner, and Kevin Harvick. Now, after that happened, Ward Burton drove straight into the garage. Dick Berggren, why?
Well, he really doesn't want to talk to anybody right now, Mike, and I surely can understand that, but there is a trail of liquid that goes from the racetrack to directly underneath this automobile and a puddle of oil underneath the car. One mechanic looking underneath. Tough day for Ward Burton. He surely thought he was going to win the race today. Will not be his day. Ward, what happened?
Broke the transmission.
There it is. Transmission on Ward Burton's car.
His brother Jeff fared a little better on that lap, involved in that crash. Casey Atwood in the side of him, and around he goes. 6 cars involved in this 8th caution flag at Richmond. Cleanup continues at turn 3. Meanwhile, Frank Kimmel, who brought out the 7th caution with his turn 2 crash, has been treated at the infield care center, and the ARCA champion has been released. He is okay. Back down to the garage, Dick Berggren.
With Jerry Nadeau, who also has just walked out of the care center, a busy place right now. What happened to you out there?
It just looked like everybody bunched up coming off turn 2, and then they ended up finally wrecking in turns 3 and 4. My car just wouldn't stop. We've been struggling really bad last couple weeks. Car just hasn't been really good in race mode. We can't get the car to turn. It's been tight today, and I pushed up into everybody. I hate it for all my fans and everybody at UAW Delphi. Hopefully we'll catch a break here soon.
We'll see you in a couple weeks in Charlotte.
Of the 6 cars you see there involved in the crash, Skinner, Atwood, and Burton have been able to continue. So has Stacy Compton after damage repairs.
Now, Stacy's got the whole right side caved in, but he's back out there and going.
And they're actually still on the lead lap. They've been making a sequence of pit stops, but getting back out before the pace car trapped them on pit road.
And Rusty Wallace, if he could have made it to pit road to change that tire, would have lost laps, is still on the lead lap as well. Casey Atwood at the tail end of the lead lap coming off pit road.
That's one of those when you look and say, what happened back there anyway? How about it, Dick?
Now Kevin Harvick walking back to his car. He's just left the care center. You all right? That was a wicked hit.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. GM Goodwin's car was pretty good, and we got hung out to dry. The racetrack's about the most miserable racetrack I've ever raced on in my life. Might as well put dirt tires on and go out there and race on dirt. But it looked like the 99 spotter was sleeping, and Rusty had a flat tire, and impatience behind us come up and just blasting us, and we all wrecked.
Last year, this guy ran in 2 series, had 1 DNF in each of those in over 60 races. This year, in the 11th race of the Winston Cup Series, already 3. What's happening this year?
Well, you get caught up in crap like that. You guys are the TV announcers. You tell me what's happening.
All right, we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
I feel for that young man. I've been there. Believe it or not, I can remember when I was 20-something years old, and I can feel for him.
Several cars showing the effects of the 8 caution flags here at Richmond last night and this afternoon. We'll be right back.